A new wrinkle has appeared in the Robert Quinn situation. The veteran met with the Dallas Cowboys early in the second wave of NFL free agency, as the Miami Dolphins seek a dance partner to trade the 28-year-old. By all accounts, the meeting went well, but Quinn left the same way he arrived, a Dolphin. Things haven't moved much on that front since, with both the Dolphins and Quinn hoping to attract more suitors, and another frontrunner has reportedly been the New Orleans Saints. There has been no visit to the boot just yet though, and this all remains an exercise in patience for a Cowboys team that wants Quinn on the team. Their desire for him is far from being news, but what has been reported recently certainly is. According to Calvin Watkins of The Athletic, although Quinn passed the Cowboys' physical, they gave him a 3 grade. In other words, while they have no concerns on his health for now, they are concerned about it in the long term. A former first-round pick 14th overall for the Los Angeles Rams, Quinn played 7 seasons with the organization before heading to the Dolphins in March 2018 via trade. It was a cap move for the Rams at the time, with Quinn being on the back end of a 6-year deal signed in 2014. He's had his bumps and bruises over the course of his time in the NFL, but has been mostly durable, having been available for fewer than 15 games only twice in his 8-year career. For a more recent scope on his availability, it's key to note he's played in 31 of the Dolphins' last 32 games, a stellar statistic for one of the most bruising possessions in the game. All of this being the case, the Cowboys must have seen something in his visit that raised an eyebrow. It would be wholly reckless to speculate what that may or may not be, but the 3 grade is clear evidence the soon-to-be 29-year-old hasn't sold the team on his long-term viability. Considering there's a likely contract extension in play as well, all health concerns will play a part in what happens, if anything should happen at all. It's not for lack of production that Quinn is on the trade block, but instead due to the financial state of the Dolphins. The Pro Bowl pass rusher is set to hit the salary cap in Miami for a hefty $12.93 million in 2019, and the team would land 100% of that as savings if they trade or release him. They'd obviously prefer the former, seeing as it'd land them assets in return. For a Cowboys team in dire need of shoring up a defensive line that was dominant in 2018 but already looks like a shell of its roster self in March, looking into the situation on Quinn makes sense. Add this to his production and Quinn becomes very attractive. He burst out of the gate in his first 4 years as a pro, registering 45 sacks during his rookie contract. Things slowed quite a bit thereafter, but he's averaged 6 sacks per season in his last 4 campaigns, and those are more than solid numbers when you consider what the Cowboys' pass rush has looked like outside of DeMarcus Lawrence the last 2 seasons, and from 2014 to 2017. With the decision to move on from David Irving and Randy Gregory working to return to the field from an indefinite suspension, the Cowboys are all in on adding impact talent to team with Lawrence. They've signed Kerry Hyder in the second wave of free agency, and their goal is to land an extension on Lawrence before the July 15th deadline, setting the stage, along with talent like Antwaun Woods, for what could be a level up in 2019, assuming they make a move on Quinn. The expectation is the Dolphins would make some sort of concession in the potential deal, by way of absorbing some of Quinn's hefty $11.8 million salary. Additionally, the Saints, and potentially others being in the mix, could ultimately drive the trade price higher, and the Cowboys are notoriously allergic to bidding wars, especially when they're harboring concerns. Knowing that the coming draft has exceptional depth at the position will also play into trade talks, and it all works in the Cowboys' favor, leverage-wise.